to the left, Edwardo is playing mono red devotion.
Yeah, so
And he's got a nice hood up.
it's got a beautiful,
what is it, like
beautiful
a
hat.
bunny rabbit costume or something?
I think it's I think the hood is actually part of the zip up. I think it's all one thing.
Okay, so it looks like Larry.
It's a costume. Oh,
you know what?
okay.
It kind of looks like the cartoon from Adventure Time, if my memory serves me correctly.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. I have no idea. I'm going to go with you on that
I actually
one.
never watched the show before, but I got word from someone that that's what it is. So I don't. It's a cartoon Adventure Time, I'm guessing.
That would be sure. Okay.
The last cartoon I really fell in love with was Scooby Doo. But because they always get the monster at the end, you know, and they always like, it wasn't for those little kids, and the dog, you know, the dog really did us in. But in the meantime, Larry actually mulliganed to 4.
Yeah, this could be
okay, so he wants Night Vale
endeavor.
Spectre, Island, come on. Ooh, it's exciting.
Island.
Ooh, okay, well, if the top 2 cards of his deck is Island, he might actually win this game on 4.
Yeah, if he's on the draw, I keep this. If he's on the play, I probably even keep it on the play.
Yeah. Yeah, John Sani, I don't know if you know John Sani, but he actually says he just stops at 5. He just keeps it in the dark on 5.
Okay.
Yeah, which is
that's
you know,
I think the number for that is 5 or 4.
Yeah. If it's not 5, it's probably 4. Going to 3 is pretty rough. All right, so there's a Biden, and there's
not a draw.
Yeah.
Turn 1 Rakdos Cackler from Eduardo. He does have some follow up. I mean, this game's gonna be about does Larry get to play?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I feel like this has to be a pretty bad matchup for the mono blue devotion deck. It's either like master or bust, right?
Well, so we saw last round mono blue devotion versus a similar deck.
Okay.
And yeah, Master of Ways was, I think, easily the key card.
Sure.
Oh, by the way.
Yeah.
So see how Larry was on this mull to 4? Well, Eduardo had the 1 drop into.
Yeah, I mean, it's 8
play
power.
Your whole hand. May play 8 power.
Yeah, 8 power on the second turn, and Larry plays a Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx, which is probably not going to help him too much this game.
His 0-1 is quickly getting outclassed by Eduardo's entire team of 2/2s. What's worse is that because it's a Nykthos and not an island.
I mean, let's face it. Like Boros Reckoner, Ash's Zealot.
Both of them. Because
I mean,
he had the Nykthos there too.
Yeah. So it looks like he's going to Cyclonic Rift something.
Sure. What? Yeah.
I don't even think it buys the turn.
Okay, this is swings for 10. Okay, all right.
So some of these draws are. I feel like Wizards needs to reprint Infest. That would help the blue-black deck a lot, and it would, stop these ridiculous draws like this.
Yeah, I mean, if this deck could consistently draw like this, it would be terrifying. The good news is that they can't do that every game. But
sure.
that was ridiculous.
But still, come on, bring back Infest, right? What are we looking? We're looking for Infest. 3 mana, -2/-2 to everything.
It's a good card. I do like having it.
Yeah, maybe in the next set, Born of Gods, right?
Could be. Yeah, we
be.
do have Anger. They gave us Anger of the Gods. They gave Red the ability to do that.
Yeah.
Just not Black right now.
Yeah. So
maybe you have to put Red in your control instead.
Yeah, and then if you really hate the little creatures, you could build a red-black anti-little creature deck.
You could play Shrivel. Isn't Shrivel in the format?
Yeah, you can play Shrivel as well. Yeah.
That doesn't kill anything though.
Nah, it doesn't.
Okay.
I think Shrivel's actually really good in Legacy because it kills True Name Nemesis, kills Dark Confidant. It could kill a Delver. I think it's pretty good. Yeah.
It certainly is efficient enough to see play.
Yeah, but if you're gonna play Shrivel, why not play Marsh Casualties?
Ooh, and then you could kick it. You could
right?
kick it. Ooh.
All right.
Ooh.
So let's see how these guys go to sideboard.
Okay.
Larry's going to go to a sideboard. He's going to bring in it seems like everyone's playing this 1 domestication. I mean, is 1 the right number? Would you ever play 2 or 3? Essentially it's control Magic in a lot of matchups.
Yeah, I mean, I think I like domestication here. I can't see why you wouldn't. Any deck that's playing Boros Reckoner, I really would rather enjoy taking their Boros Reckoner.
Yeah.
That seems like a nightmare for mono red if you were to do that.
Definitely. He is also playing 1 Claustrophobia, which I'm assuming is going to come in because it's kind of the same as a Mind Control here.
Yeah, there's a lot of cards that aren't very good. Like Biden seems really bad right now.
Yeah, pretty bad. Rapid Hybridization seems not that good in this matchup. Yeah. He doesn't really have any sideboard cards for this matchup. I feel like people did not give enough credit to mono red aggro, mono red devotion.
Well, so the rapid hybridizations may need to stay in. Eduardo does run some Storm Breath Dragons in the main, and I think without the rapid hybridization, Larry's actually just cold to Storm Breath Dragon.
Okay.
I mean, he can race it.
Yeah.
But I think that's all he can do.
So you think he's gonna have to bring in 2 or whatnot?
I think he has to stay honest to it. I don't think it means he brings in all of them, but he plays some number.
Okay, that's fair. Well, I mean, what about Edward? Does he have anything here? for this matchup?
Not too much. He has Rubabout Makas in the sideboard. I'm not positive what that's a board for. I could be a board for this matchup. I could see if he's trying to crash his way through a Frostburn Weird house or something. Say Rubabout Maka could be very good there. I think it's more curious that card is in the sideboard as opposed to the main, because it seems like a card that fits his strategy. I'm just not sure what matchup it's significantly improving in.
Sure. And he has a couple of Mizium orders.
Yeah, I like those. Those break through the Frostburn Weirds very well.
He has Chandra, Shock, Chandra's Phoenix, and Burning Earth. So definitely not Burning Earth.
Yeah.
I feel like Burning Earth, when the card came out, everyone was like, oh, wow, Burning Earth. And then it just kind of like died down.
Yeah. So the scary part from the red side, which we saw last round too, is that the main deck, Frostburn Weirds and Tidebinder Mages, the 2-drops, which are normally the weakness of the blue deck, are all really strong in this matchup.
That is true, yeah. All right, so both players present their deck. It looks like Larry's going to be on the play here. Let's see his opening 7. I mean, he did multi 4 last time.
Right, so hopefully he gets a little more of a hand this time.
2 islands. I think there's 3 islands. A 3-lander? That's pretty good.
Yeah, 3. Three lands. Yeah, there's a third island. 3 lands and spells.
He's got a good curve, too.
Yeah, he's going to start off with a turn 1 Cloudfin Raptor. Looks like he also has a Judge's Familiar, a Frostburn Weird, and one more.
Yeah, if you notice, a lot of players tend to put their lands towards their front of their hand, and many good players could actually look to see how many lands the opponent has in the hand just by the way they kind of organize their hands. So everybody at home should be careful about that.
So I actually make it a point, I don't rearrange my cards.
Okay.
Or when I shuffle them, but then I don't touch them when I'm done shuffling them.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
We see Judge's Familiar, which evolves Cloudfin Raptor to a 1/2, and first damage is in Edwardo's down to 19.
You sound like the opposite of Kibler, because Kibler's always shuffling his cards?
Yes. No, I shuffle them once, then I look at them, and then I actually set them down face down in front of me.
Okay. Do you ever remember your entire hand?
If I forget, I pick them up, look at it, and then put it back down.
All right, good. Okay, so Edwardo hits the second land drop. Not much of a surprise there. What do you think he's trying to accomplish here? He's playing a Rakdos Cackler as a 2/2.
Turn 2 Cackler.
Yeah, it's
always right when you want it.
What's the goal of a turn 2 Rakdos Cackler? We don't really know what.
Now, I almost want to say he's kept in Hammer of Perforos.
Yeah, I did see that. I was going to mention it. It doesn't seem very good in this matchup.
No, it's a little expensive. Remember, this is...
And he's on the draw.
It is an aggro matchup here. I don't think he's ever going to have time to make 3/3s to any sort of... to any effect.
You know what's kind of funny? Like last game, Edward's deck, if someone just like was walking by and they were like, wow, look at this deck. You know, I want to play it. I want to go to the store and buy everything.
Everyone wants to make 4 guys by the end of turn 2.
Yeah, but then like if somebody walked by and they saw this, they'd be like, oh man, I feel bad for this Edwardo guy. He's playing a Rakdos Cackler in turn 2. So it just shows you how much variance there really is with these mono devotion decks.
So we see from his hand Firefist Striker, Lightning Strike, Perforos, and Hammer of Perforos.
Yeah, a lot of Perforos here. So a Lightning Strike on the Cloudfin Raptor.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Plays around Judge's Familiar.
Now, do you think it was like that important to take out the Cloudfin Raptor? Do you think he should have attacked with Rakdos Cackler, see if Larry tried to block?
You mean if you had a choice between Raptor and Weird, which one would you want?
Because he could have just flat out taken he could just free roll there, right? Because if Larry tries to make it a 2/3, he could be like Lightning Strike and kill it. I think maybe killing the Frostburn Weird is better. Is that a possibility?
I think it's better because it has 1 more mana symbol in its cost.
Yeah.
It also, I mean, he does have the Firefist Striker, so I don't know if either of them is going to block to great effect.
Okay.
You see the Thassa from Larry, so now his devotion is at 4. When any permanent will turn on this Thassa.
Yeah, just 1 away here, and it looks like Edward didn't play. Edward seems pretty lucky not to have played against any Thassas quite yet.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Edward didn't really respect the speed that the blue devotion deck has kept. It looks like the game plan Edward's on is a very slow game plan, and while Red's the faster deck here, it still has to play quick. You can't slow down your game plan too much. Blue will punish you for that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and Edward is 8-1 here. So is Larry. That's some pretty impressive records to go 8-1.
Absolutely.
I mean, even if you're on top of your game and one of the best players, still going 8-1 is very difficult.
Mm-hmm. That's a great record.
Yeah. All right. So what do you think Edward's trying to do here?
Well, this is where it's difficult for him. He has Firefist Striker, he has Perforos, he has Hammer Perforos, and now he's drawn Storm Breath Dragon.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't have any particularly great plays. Like making Perforos here doesn't
really do
doesn't
much.
progress the board still.
But making a hammer doesn't really do much either. Your Stormbird Dragon
Right.
already has haste.
Fire Fist Striker has haste, but there's no way to play Fire Fist Striker and another card next turn.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's playing Perforos, it's not even going to be able to attack next turn.
Right. The hammer's not. The haste the hammer's granting doesn't seem relevant.
Yeah.
And he doesn't seem like he has time to make a 3/3. So the hammer really doesn't feel like a card here.
Yeah, it seems like he just kind of time walked himself there. Meantime, Larry plays a Jace, and that means Thassa is turned on. Thassa is a 5/5 indestructible, and it's just super good card in general. It's probably one of the best gods.
Yeah, and this is what I'm saying. You have to respect the speed of the blue deck. You know, you can't. You can have a little bit of time if you're red, but you can't just dink around. You have to get your game on pretty quick here.
Definitely. Would you say Thassa is maybe like one of the top 5 gods?
Yeah, I would say it's probably the top.
Top 5?
Yeah, it's definitely in the top 5. Yeah. Might even be in the top, probably the top 4.
Top 4, maybe? All right. So there's a Shrine to Nyx for Edwardo. He's tapping 2, probably for the Fire Fist Striker. It does have haste. But I mean,
that does give him, now he does have 4 lands thanks to Nyxos, so he can make Fanatic.
All right, so it's Perforos. Oh, okay. I see.
Okay.
His play actually kind of makes sense here. Although the problem is he's
dead on the swing back.
He's on 9 life. Yeah, exactly. He's super low. And there's Frostborn Reared, 7/2. He can make unblock. I mean, yeah, Eduardo can't really attack.
Yeah, and so no attacks,
Yeah.
which doesn't bode well when facing down a Thassa.
Okay, so Larry's going to scry here.
He's just got to make sure he doesn't get 20'd next turn.
Who, Larry? No,
Yeah.
Larry won't get 20 next turn for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's his only concern, right? Because Thassa unblockable should be lethal.
I mean, yeah, like, plus he has Jace here. He's just drawn a
It's
second
unlikely,
Jace.
yeah.
I think if I'm Larry here, I would actually just draw some cards with Jace.
You can also +1 Jace, play Jace +1 Jace.
Yeah, but...
If you want to be really defensive. I mean, yeah, that's probably bad. You want to keep that backup Jace in case somehow Eduardo turns off Devotion.
Yeah, I like making... So this is...
Oh, this is just lethal.
No, it's... I don't know why... No,
Yeah, it is.
Oh, he pumped the Frostborn Reared?
Yeah, so
Okay,
unblockable,
sure. Okay,
unblockable.
great,
Yeah, that's 9. That's just a lethal attack.
He had the extra land. That's what he was missing. But yeah, he played it in 9 damage. 2, 3, 8. Sure. Okay. So they're going to game 3 here. Larry now will be on the draw. Eduardo on the play. I think Eduardo on the play is a lot better here.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's an aggro mirror. Both players really would like to be on the play. I would agree that it's important for him to be on the play. It's important for him to have an aggressive draw. That draw that he had was powerful, but just didn't get its game on quick enough.
Sure, yeah. I mean, compared to this game 1 draw, compared to his game 2 draws, 2 different total, like two different decks in general. I mean, all right. So Eduardo, do you think Eduardo's going to change anything in the sideboarding plans here?
Well, and we didn't see any. He didn't draw any board cards that game, so we really don't know how much he's boarded in. I don't think there are too many cards in his deck that change in their playability on play versus draw.
Okay.
I think a card like Chandra's Phoenix, which is in his board, if he determines it's good in this matchup, and I'm not convinced it is.
I don't think Chandra's Phoenix
If he
is very
thinks
good.
it is, I think you only would use it on the play. I think you can't play that on the draw in the matchup.
Yeah, I agree. But in general, Chandra's Phoenix gets stumped by Night Veil Spectre, probably gets stumped by Cloudfin Raptor.
Yeah, I don't think it's good in the first place.
Sure, yeah. Okay, so I think I'm going to have to think Eduardo is favored here. He is on the play, and he does have that Adventure Time costume on. And it's essentially a costume that he could wear out in public, you know?
Yeah, I think that's it's stylish.
It's half costume, half hoodie.
Yeah, you could definitely wear that in public. That'd be really good.
So we'll see what happens. But all right, do we have a rundown of the decks in the top 8? We know Ari lacks.
We do. Okay, 3 of them are Mono Blue Devotion. It was the most popular deck today, and it has come in force into the top 8.
Okay,
So
about
3
30% of the field was Mono Blue Devotion.
Okay, 30%, and at least that much of the top 8. Right now we're at 37%, maybe even half with a win for Larry here.
Yes, okay.
But the competitors to it, we have Christopher Butcher. So we have Red-White Aggro. That's his deck. That's not the Devotion deck. It's really close to what Eduardo's running, actually, but it's playing Chain to the Rocks as well.
Okay.
We have a copy of the Black-Green Aggro deck.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the one
we saw it on
that
camera.
Earlier. Yep, that made top 8, and then we have Matt Costa's Jund deck.
Oh, wow. I kind of knew Costa would make top 8 with the Jund deck. I called it during, I think, round 4, round 5. I talked to him.
Right.
And he felt good about the deck. He really likes it. So we'll see how he does with it.
Of note, there are no Sphinx's Revelations so far in the top 8.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
So trade away your...
It has been blank.
Trade away your Sphinx Revelations, right?
No, just keep them.
Just keep them?
The card is still really broken.
Okay, so Edwardo is on the play. Looks like he's got a couple of lands, at least 2 lands, a Magma Jet. All right, that's keepable. 2 lands, Magma Jet, I'm in.
Yeah, all right, sure.
And
Eduardo's in.
Larry, this is...
Come on, don't wall the 4 layer. Oh,
Wait,
no,
wow.
Eduardo's out.
He did have 2 lands Magma Jet, right? He had a white border mountain, a regular mountain, and a Magma Jet.
I mean, I was taking your word for it.
Yeah. All right. It looked like he had 2 land Magma Jet. If anybody else saw a 2 land Magma Jet, let us know.
Sure. Okay, there are some 2 land Magma Jets you can't keep.
Really? I think you keep every 2 land.
2 land I mean,
yeah.
Okay, what if it's like 2 lands Magma Jet, 3 Storm Breath Dragons?
I would still keep. And I think it's right to keep.
You can't keep that in this matchup. Then you don't play anything until Storm Breath Dragon, and you're probably going to die. Like, I mean, that's not fast enough.
Maybe, because you could just draw land off top.
Yeah.
And you Magma Jet and you scry 2. I don't know. I mean,
that's a pretty obscure, like, that's a pretty
yeah,
skewed hand I'm giving you.
Yeah,
to be
sure.
fair.
And I don't know. Well, we
maybe you had multiple Purphoroses, you know,
like
things like that are bad.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, Edward decided mulligan. Maybe Edward wants to come out quick, right? Maybe he wants the turn 1 Rakdos Cackler. Maybe he wants a Firefish Striker. He wants Ash Zealot.
He certainly is a fast build of red. He's playing Foundry Street Denizen in addition to Rakdos Cackler, so he has more 1-drops. It's interesting, he's chosen to play Foundry Street Denizen over Fire Drinker Satyr.
Yep, Fire Drinker Satyr, essentially the upgraded Jackal Pup. Some people like to call it the Jackally Pup.
Denizen has the potential to deal more than 2 damage.
Yep.
It is typically a 2-1 for 1, I would say.
Okay, now this hand, I think he's happier with. Looks like a 3-lander.
Yeah, and it's got a Nykthos, it has the mountain, and
Ash
a Boros
Zealot, I think.
Reckoner. Yeah, this is going to be just fine.
Yeah, all right, another mountain right off the top. There's that Ash Zealot.
That's Ash Zealot.
Yeah, swinging for 2.
Okay, so first blood there. Larry's down to 18.
Yeah, Larry's hand looks really good. Looks like he has double Master of Waves.
Yeah, and the Master of Waves number is the best card in this matchup.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, Eduardo, because he's actually mono red and not even splashing for a Chain to the Rocks, does not have an answer to the actual physical Master of Waves.
Yeah, I think he also has a Thassa, so he'll be able to go next turn Thassa, and then he'll be able to scry to hit his 4th land for a Master.
Yeah.
So it's looking pretty good for Larry right now.
Eduardo's going to have to get a lot of damage in here before that happens.
Sure.
So he does have the Reckoner now.
Reckoner's pretty strong here.
It is strong. So remember, he can't beat Master Waves, so what he has to do is deal enough damage to basically, once Master hits the table, Eduardo's going to have to burn over the top and do it really quickly. Okay, so
he did have Boros Reckoners, but he's holding up Magma Jet instead?
Is he
worried about that Cloudfin Raptor getting too big, maybe?
Maybe he wants to bait Larry to swing with the Mutavault. I don't know.
It seems like she's getting out Boros. If that is a Boros Reckoner, which it looks like, it seems like you're just getting a Boros Reckoner out there is pretty strong.
I would agree. The Boros Reckoner seems really powerful here.
Regardless, the Cloudfin Raptor comes in, not the Judge's Familiar. Why would the Judge's Familiar stay back? It does have flying, so it can't really get jumped by anything. All right, so there's a Magma Jet post-combat on the Cloudfin Raptor.
Maybe I mean, I don't mind if Larry didn't attack with anything there, actually. Leaving back blockers in case he needs them. You know, the Master of Waves, once they hit, are just going to be so overwhelming.
But, I mean, if he's blocking with Judge's Familiar, he's losing Devotion.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right, so a couple of interesting lines of plays from both players. We'll see if it pays off for them.
It's a shock any Boros Reckoner for Eduardo.
All right, Azela gets in again for 2 damage. Again, one of these guys are going to make the top 8 here at SCG Providence, which is pretty awesome. There's a Rakdos Cackler.
Yep, and that's going to be enough devotion to that he could make triple red if he wanted to and cast Boros Reckoner.
But instead he wants to hold up Shock.
Yep.
Okay, I mean, Shock's a nice card, but Boros Reckoner I think is a bit better here.
Yeah, he's very worried about keeping Larry off of devotion.
Yeah, but all right, here's Master Waves. And it looks like he's going to get 3 tokens.
He's going to have to shock here.
I mean,
if he's holding the shock up,
he could just shock one of the tokens also. Like, he could get rid of a 2-1 rather than a 1-1.
Well, no, this also gets rid of a 2-1 because then he doesn't get the token.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. If you're holding up shock to deal with something, I mean, I think then you shock here.
Yeah, okay.
If that was the plan, then that was the plan.
Yeah, but
now his aggro's just stopped.
Yeah,
Master of Waves has pro red.
Yeah, I mean, the Boros Reckoner could have been down for 2 turns already, And like I was saying, all it really, like he could have shocked the 2-1 and he could have just left the 1-1. Here, sure, he gets like essentially an imaginary 2-for-1.
Yeah, well, well, what you could do is if you play Boros Reckoner and leave up Shock, you can just cast Shock targeting Judge's Familiar. Judge's Familiar can counter it, but okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right. Well, regardless, this is the first Master of Waves from Larry, and he has a second one in his hand, so things are looking bad for Edward.
Yeah, Edwardo has a Boros Reckoner and a Lightning Strike in his hand.
Yeah. And Edwardo was up a game 2, but things look to be slipping away here.
Yeah, Larry's at a really healthy 14.
Yeah, I mean, even if he was like 8 life, I would be happy.
Right, he has way more than that.
Yeah. So there's a Boros Reckoner. Now, Larry's going to scry. And essentially, he doesn't really need anything. I mean, I feel like he has all the tools to win the game as long as he plays correctly.
Yeah, this should work out for him.
Yeah. And there's a smile. He looks pretty happy there with his Jordan hoodie on.
Yeah, well, he has that second Master of Waves.
All right.
And what he looks to be a Night Veil Spectre as well. So he
Night Veil Spectre, Master, and Shrine to get a lot of mana.
So he has to choose the tough decision between between giving Thassa, turning on the Thassa and playing a second Master of Waves. It's very difficult.
There's a rapid hybridization here. So I think if I'm Larry here, I just want to play the Night Veil Spectre.
Yes.
Turn on Thassa. Okay, so he actually could have filtered his mana in a way that he would have the rapid hybridization opened.
Yes. I mean, yeah, he could have done that.
Yeah, he could have done that if he chose to. You know, be a little more safer, maybe play around like a Stormbreath Dragon or whatnot. You never really know what's going to happen, you know?
Well, yeah, he could have just one island open.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he's thinking about getting with that Master. I would probably just leave it back now.
He can swing. Yeah. Yeah, there's no reason
it's like,
to swing something yet.
No real reason. Just pass. I mean, Larry's in such a great position here.
If Larry was at something like 8, he would be a little more pressured to do, you know, the card he's racing now is the theoretical Stormbreath Dragon.
But, I mean, he has the
rapid.
Yeah, so maybe it's like Properos and like a Fanatic or...
Yeah, he could get Fanatic. Like
back-to-back Fanatics.
If he was at 8, he'd be really worried about a Fanatic.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, like running Fanatics could kill him, right?
That could kill him.
Because it's like 7 and then 8, so that's 15.
Yeah, that would do it.
All right, there's Thassa again. Scrying.
But even now,
put this on the bottom.
Now if he has Rapid up, even running Fanatics doesn't work because he can just Rapid the Boros Reckoner.
Sure,
and just do a lot less damage.
Yeah, we do like 4 and
5
or whatever, instead of 7 and 8. All right, so Larry could make a lot of mana here. He could have enough mana to do pretty much whatever he wants. He could actually play Jace and Master, correct?
So yeah, one short,
okay.
Of doing that. He could just make 3 things unblockable.
Yeah, which is also fine.
Yeah.
You know, make Thassa unblockable. Night Veil Spectre is essentially already unblockable, so is the Master. There's a second Master here, so he's going to get 4, 5, 6. 6 tokens. That's a lot of tokens. And I think Edwardo knows this might be the end. He's going to
Lightning Strike
the Night Veil Spectre in response. Do you think Larry might just rapid hybridization it?
I don't see a reason to. I'd hang on to it.
Yeah.
There's Stormbreath Dragon's a card.
Okay.
I still, so only gets 3 guys now. His Thassa also is turned off.
Sure.
So he's a little setback, but I mean, he can still use Thassa just like unblockable a 3/2 on in.
Yeah, if I'm Larry here,
are just 3/2s.
Yeah, if I'm Larry here, I would like swing in for 5, make one of the elementals unblockable. That's 3, and then swing in with one of the Masters.
Sure.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
great.
It's fine here. Yeah.
Okay, he had a mana left over.
Yeah, so he can still have rapid hybridization open.
Yep. So he swings 1 in for 3 damage.
Okay, he wants to leave the Master back. I guess he's playing. Yeah. Regardless, it looks very good for him, but it seems like he wants to play extra safe here.
Yeah, he's going to go ahead and rapid the Boros Reckoner right now. That's probably a little trigger happy.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, if he wants to get rid of it, he should do it on the upkeep, so at least can't attack.
Yeah, his opponent's playing a red deck. I don't think there's anything he can do in response.
Yeah.
Like when you choose to hybridize the Reckoner, it's just going to happen.
Yeah, I think Larry's a bit excited that he's in such a great position. He doesn't really want to blow it, so he's just trying to play it as cautious as possible, I guess you could say. All right, now Edwardo's thinking, is there anything I can do here? He's come this far. He's 8-1, played all day, And what's going to happen?
Has to start with Fnatic Mogus
Yeah.
or something like that.
It really does. He's doing some math in his head. He needs like the Adventure Time cast to come help him out. You know, maybe like the cartoon just comes across the screen and kicks away the master
Surprisingly
waves.
enough, Edwardo could have attacked with the Frog Lizard there if he'd wanted. It's not red.
Yeah, and I mean, the only problem was it just would have traded with one of the tokens, right?
That is one of the problems. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So it looks like Larry's really agonizing over this. He's in such a great position.
It's hard for him to lose on this board.
Yeah, it really is.
Not impossible, but hard.
Especially with Jace coming down, because now Thas is turned on.
Sure. Yes.
You know.
There's, among other, you're right. Among other advantages, now the Thas is on.
So Larry's got to be pretty happy about this. I would not be surprised if he just swung in with everything here. You know,
yeah, he will lose an elemental to the Ash Zealots.
Which is
That's
fine.
I mean, he's going to deal a lot of damage.
Yeah. You know? He wants to swing in with everything except probably the two masters. I mean, maybe he
seems fine.
Like maybe he could swing it with the two masters and like.
Ooh, he's swinging the two. Yeah.
I mean, it's not the worst.
One of them gets beaten
trades.
By the
but I mean, Edward's gonna go. He's gonna go so low, right? He can only block 2, so he's gonna take 3, 6, 9, 12, 15.
He's gonna take 15.
He's
gonna
take
actually
lethal.
lethal.
Yeah, it's just lethal unless he has.
Spell.
Yeah. Even if he has a removal spell, it's still lethal.
Was one of them unblockable?
No, but he has 18 damage.
Oh, Rax Cackler can't even block.
Yeah, Cackler can't block. He's 18.
So that'll be the game end match for Larry Suriel.
All right.
That puts him as the 7th player in our top 8.
Yeah, I don't know if he's like the hometown hero, but I feel like he is. There's a little kid in the background who's like, yeah, you did it, you know?
Yeah.
It might be a hometown hero type story with Mono Blue Devotion.
Yeah, and with that is our 4th Mono Blue Devotion.